Baker Mayfield is signed for 2 more seasons.
Yeah.
His contract was 3 years, $100 million.
That's insane.
It is insane.
It's insane.
And I don't want us to be getting a bunch of hostile text messages
from the Buccaneers, like, hey,
Buccaneers.
Jerks, shut up.
Yeah,
Our team is really good right now. We're really deep and have great players everywhere for a reason. Shut up, you two.
It reminds me of the look Brandon Beane gave me when I said something along the lines of, Josh Allen really needs a new contract.
Oh, yeah,
That
right.
was last year.
Yeah. He looked at you like, yes, he does, but you're also an asshole for bringing that up.
There might have been an F word involved when we had the conversation later that day. But yeah, the team that benefits from the quarterback with the contract that pays him less than he's worth does not want to talk about that and would prefer the player not notice. And from Baker Mayfield's perspective, he's a guy whose opportunity was seemingly gone. It was done. Think of the soul searching he did after the Browns situation, and they rolled the dice and got what they deserved by not embracing what they had and chasing Deshaun Watson. It blew up in their faces. The Panthers situation was a mess. He did well with the Rams, but he wasn't going to stay there as the backup to Matthew Stafford.
Right.
So he goes to Tampa, and it all works out. And he'll get rewarded again. He will.
Yeah.
They'll take care of him. They'll keep him there. But the question is, do they do it this year or do they do it next year? I think by next year, he ends up getting his contract fixed. In fact, I'm pissed at myself when I was trying to brainstorm all the guys who are coming up for new deals. I didn't mention him. I think he's
just call me. I'm a historian. I'll help you out there.
I think he's going to probably get his own story on how his contract needs to be redone, which means
you're getting a call from
what's
Tampa,
the area
Florida.
code down there? I need to block.
Yeah,
I need to block the 813.
I got the Glazers
code.
numbers, the owners. I'm sure they'll be happy to call you and give you you a call there.
But you're right. That's a good point. At some point, they got to take care of Baker Mayfield, and he'll knock Brock Purdy farther down the stack. And you're right. I think if we took a poll of people in football, what would it be, 90-10? Mayfield over Purdy?
I think so. Yeah, I do. I mean, hey, Baker Mayfield's got some special attributes about him. He's a guy that we know has presence on the field. He has an arm it's an elite arm. We see every year he usually has the farthest ball in the air, farthest Hail Mary. I mean, we look at Tampa Bay. They're no dink and dunk. It's lasers down the football field all day long. That's the beauty of their team. They put pressure on you that way. He's a gunslinger who's realized how to take care of the ball to a degree. So, yeah, he can change the game. And even though he might not make as many backyard plays, Baker Mayfield is the top 3 or 4 guys that we talk about all the time. There's some of that, but he makes a lot of high-level throws that I go, those type of throws are top 4 or 5 guys in the sport type throw. He might not be able to run around and do quite as much as that in that area, but some of the throws he can make with his powerful arm are up there with the best in the game.
And he just has a toughness and a mindset, and the players love him.
Right.
Bruce Arians was raving about him a few weeks back because remember when Arians had his detour to the booth, he had said, I'll come back to coach one team, the Browns, and it was because of Baker Mayfield.
Right.
Now, he came back to coach the Buccaneers instead and won a Super Bowl along the way, and then it's subject to interpretation as to how and why it all ended, but he was instrumental in getting Baker Mayfield on the Buccaneers' radar screen, and it's worked out very well. And it's just so funny. When we adopt a narrative on a guy, it's hard to change a narrative, but once we have that narrative, we don't want to let it go. And there's a narrative of Baker Mayfield that people don't want to let go, and I think people need to realize this guy's pretty damn good, and the Buccaneers got a pretty good deal. And look, when he was a free and clear, anybody could have signed him.
I know. Right.
Anybody could have signed him.
Right.
I was making the argument that Baru should have gotten on line 1 with Baker Mayfield. That was the year Kirk Cousins was a free agent, and they went with Sam Darnold. I was banging the drum and blowing the horn to get Baker Mayfield to Minnesota. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.